test server. That means it's not on the live server yet. There's like 5 weeks, so few things might change. So don't go mad if there's like weird stuff in there. This is the Q1 dungeon DLC. It's called HARROWSTORM DLC. It's not the Greymore chapter. A lot of people actually thought it's like the Greymore chapter on the PTS. That's not true. It's just a dungeon DLC. I'm sorry if I'm coughing a lot, but I caught the flu in Las Vegas. What do you see from that little cage? Okay, let's always read the introduction. Most important stuff is there. If the music's too loud, let me know, guys. Introduces 2 new 4-player dungeons, Ice Reach and Unhallowed Grave, in addition to a number of new item sets and collectibles. Our biggest focus for this update was further improving game performance, with an emphasis on frame rate stability, ultimately resulting in fewer drops in your game's frame rate. The combat changes you will see support this goal. Okay, cool. Let me... If I have to cough too hard, I will try to mute myself. Hey Marty, hey Mel. The music is a bit loud. Okay, this should be better, huh? Now it's completely gone great. Anyway. Additionally, please take note. We are refreshing our patching and file manifest data. Ah, this is a big one. So basically, after this patch, you have to re-download the whole game. Now the reason that is, because the game... the game is around 90 gigabyte, I think. And it will be like 68 afterwards. That's a huge reduction. I thought it would be a little bit more, but that's still nice. Hey Gina, thank you for the tip. I have more problems with coughing at the moment. I'll probably be dead after this. So there is one downside. You have to re-download the whole game, but it will be a lot smaller. I think this is huge because a lot of people have SSDs and usually don't have that much space on it. That's nice. Yeah, don't worry guys, chance that you get infected by my flu through a mic is pretty slow. Now, new dungeons, items, okay, we do the normal stuff, performance. So the memory leak stuff finally got fixed now, it works a lot better. The LFG system also survived the Undaunted event, mostly. So these are 2 good improvements. Anyway. 2 new dungeons, I will definitely check them out and make videos for it. Ice Reach and Unhallowed Grave. Yeah, there's like RP story, whatever. We will check them out separately. Now what I'm interested in is the sets. 2020 we will all have 60 F. I hope so. So 8 new sets, so 2 light, 2 medium, 2 heavy, 2 monster. There are new Cyrodiil crafted set. What? These item sets are crafted from stations that are inside the free capturable towns. Interesting. So let's see. Ice Reach, light armor, Magrak, Magica. When you heal yourself or an ally with an ability, gain a warming aura for 10 seconds. While in the warming aura, you and group members restore 1k health every 1 second and reduce the cost of sprint, block, and roll dodge by 5. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds, and this set is officially useless. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. When you hear, well, it's not good. It's not good. Yes. Titanborn strength. Pen, very strong, very powerful. Weapon damage, max them, adds 110 weapon damage and 1.2k penetration. This bonus doubles when you're under 75% health. The bonus quadruples when you're under... What? Wait, what?
What do you see from that little cage?
That's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean... You have... You need 75% for it to be like decent, and OP needs to be under 50.
What do you see?
Storm gankers can spam balance. Yeah, that's gonna be... Jesus. I actually wonder if you have to be in combat for it to actually go off. But I feel like... Well, you could just light attack him once and then whatever, YOLO. If you're below 50, whatever. Interesting. But yeah. This sounds a little bit strong, but I'm not sure if it really is. I mean, it has disadvantages to it, kinda. So yeah. Anyway, the heavy armor. When you probably, is it useless? Let's see. When you taunt a nearby enemy, you tether to them for 5 seconds. While tethered, you apply Major Maim to your enemy, reducing their damage on by 30%, and you gain Major Vitality, increasing your healing taken by 30%. The tether is broken if the enemy moves 8 meters away. So you gain Major Maim, so it reduces the damage, and you gain Major Vitality. I guess it's not bad, but the cooldown is so long. It's 5 seconds duration, it's 14 seconds cooldown. It's like... I guess when you taunt a nearby enemy. I guess it's 1, yeah. I mean, it would surprise me if it's more. It probably goes on cooldown afterwards. But I don't really see that being special just because there's a long cooldown. Monster Mask. Mother Dragonknight. Yeah, I definitely did not pronounce that right, but whatever, who does? Max Magica. While in combat, casting an ability with a cast time or channeling an ability grants you a damage shield that absorbs... While in combat, casting an ability with a cast time or channeling grants you a damage shield, 3k damage for 10 seconds. Iceheart Electric Boogaloo. Why would you wear this over Iceheart? It's literally inferior in any fucking way. Iceheart is a base game set. This will be a tryhard DLC dungeon. No, it doesn't have a constant uptime because it has a fucking 10-second cooldown. It's basically a shit Iceheart, yeah. A poor man's Iceheart is just harder to get. End of the patch notes say Iceheart is nerfed. You could be right. You could be right. Well, let's go on. I'm not... So the only set that really looks nice is this one here, because it has so much weapon damage and penetration. But the others are like, eh, no point to get them. Well, they must add trash for the new. Aha. So the only change to Ice fix an issue where this set was considered direct damage instead of damage over time. Okay, yeah, but that's not a biggie. The pen set, well, I think more for PvP ganking, like somebody mentioned spell sim earlier, or just for very high risk setups, because 5k penetration and 440 weapon damage, that's a fuckload of damage. Like a crazy amount. Anyway, let's move on. Unhallowed Grave. Dragonknight's Grip. Light armor. Spell pen. Nice. Recovery, okay. Dealing direct damage to an enemy has a 10% chance to place a ghostly curse on your enemy for 6 seconds. Cursed enemies take 530 extra damage from all your damage abilities. So this can have 100% uptime, and you basically do 530 damage on each single tick. In PvP that's half. In PvE, I don't think it's enough. 500. Yeah, but no. So this is not spell damage, this is damage. So let's say you have 5 different dot effects on the enemy that tick each second once. For 2k. So each of them will tick for 2530 instead of only 2k. So the more shit you have on the enemy, the more you will benefit from this set. 10% sounds like a low chance, but it could technically have 100% uptime. I don't know. Doesn't strike me as... It's basically like the poop fist, the stone fist from Dragonknight, them DKs. Hey Kira. How much did the stem DK, the stone fist add? Jesus, my fucking... I have to constantly mute because I'm coughing. Hey, perfect. Anyway, let's move on. Why, Encalados. So basically this one here. So this, you have to see it's different. You get, every 10 seconds you get the free K shield. But the free K shield is so small, it will instantly get removed after 1 second, because it's basically fucking zero. Whereas this set here, it's like a debuff on the enemy that sticks to him, so it will be active for the full duration. That's the difference. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I'm not sure what to make of this. Why adding so many sets? So they are revamping a lot of the older sets. So they're not just adding new ones.
Why you always bounce off?
Azimal, thank you for the 18 months.
Forward. I guess not today because...
Aegis Caller.
Guys, I'm done for today. Fuck this
But yeah, most of these sets,
Fuck this shit, seriously.
so far they're not really good. Like, I don't know. Weapon damage, stem wreck. When you deal critical damage with a melee ability, summon a lesser Aegis for 12 seconds. After 2.5 seconds, the lesser Aegis spins its blades, dealing 5k bleed damage every 1 second. It's basically... It takes 10 times with one cast. And they can have like 100% uptime. So every 1 second it deals 5k damage. That is... decent, I guess. It can't crit, that sucks. It looks like it's AoE. The less spins its blades. So it's AoE damage. Maybe it will be easy to avoid or something like that, I'm not sure. Have to test. So this could actually be decent. We'll have to see.
What do you see from that little cage?
Did anyone check the other sets out yet? Like Alcast, Relican, False God. How are they doing?
What do you see?
Dingledan, 8 months, thank you. Will they revamp Vampire? In Greymore. Not in this patch. Heavy armor. Summon a stone aura while blocking, hardening you and your nearby group members, increasing your physical and spell resistance by 4k. So basically like Lord Warden. How much is Lord Warden?
What do you see from that little?
How much is 3.8k.
What do you see
Okay.
from that little cage?
So this could be as long as you're blocking, it will be up. The question is how big it is. No changes to FG and Rel. Okay. Yeah, the range is the big question. It doesn't say that. Could be decent. I mean, Lord Warden, it was nice. You need the extra resistance, so this could actually be nice too. But it's a full 5-piece, whereas Lord Warden is Monster Mask. Yeah. So, Kjalnar's Nightmare. Spell damage. Another magic, okay. Dealing damage with a light attack puts a bone stack on your enemy for 5 seconds. Can only apply 1 stack every 1 second. Oh, Gina. Where is the space? At 5 stacks. An undodgeable skeletal hand will bitch slap you in the face after 1 second, knocking them into the air and stunning them for 3 seconds. Or dealing 15k magic damage if they cannot be stunned. An enemy that has reached 5 stacks cannot gain bone stack for 3 seconds. Hey, the new sets are already there? Damn, you're fast. So if anyone wants to check out the new sets, they're all on eso-sets.com, okay? Thank you. You're a sniper. So, so once you reach 5 stacks, so it takes at least 5 seconds, probably like 6 seconds, an undodgeable skeletal hand attacks your enemy after once. So he knocks them up, gives them like a slap on the ass, and then a slap in the face with 15k magic damage. Ah, oh, okay. So either they get stunned. If they can't be stunned, they get 15k damage. Okay. PvP wise, that might be interesting. PvE wise, I don't really see how this could be used. Hmm, 15k. How much is San over like 5 seconds? I mean, this will 16k damage. Nah, it's not enough. It can't crit, so. I mean, PvP, I can see this be nice because this is the base value. You can stack that shit higher up, probably. This is gonna fucking hurt. That's gonna be like 10k hits. The question is, like, after... He said, like, so it's undodgeable instant damage. That's gonna be juicy. Jesus. That sounds really strong. Yeah, but Martial Lock is not instant damage. Well, it used to be back... Yeah, so... Okay, this is actually... This could be good. But what they fought with this here? I don't know. This is like... It's so bad. Also here they did some new Cyrodiil crafting sets. A Warfire. Wait till you get to Elf. Okay. Critical Riposte located in Vlasterus. Resistance. Oh yeah, we need more of that, definitely. When you take critical damage, you apply minor uncertainty. A minor enervation to the enemy. 4 seconds. Reducing physical and spell crit by 1.3k and reducing the critical damage by 10.
What do you see from that little cave?
I mean, it's a neat idea and crit res pretty strong, but it's too defensive and like I don't think there's better options, basically more guaranteed options. Unchained Aggressor. I guess for a crafted set it's nice. Maybe they want like people, newer players, they're like, oh, I want the PvP set, so I should probably craft the PvP set that is in Cyrodiil. So that's why they slapped on crit resistance here, maybe, I don't know. Unchained Aggressor. Max damage, stem rack, weapon damage, spell damage. After breaking free, gain major berserk for 9 seconds, increasing your damage. Huh. That's actually really strong, but it has a long cooldown. Breaking free, you usually do that on cooldown anyway. So, I mean, you kinda could time it a little bit, I guess. But you will probably line up your shit till you break free next time and then hit them in the face. But yeah, there's obviously other options as well for Major Berserk. But I like this. Especially for a crafted set. Dauntless Combatant. Stem health, magic, Jesus. When you're affected by a disabling effect, you automatically break free for no cost. After using this effect, you become winded and cannot re-trigger this effect for 21 seconds. This is also a nice idea, but for a 5-piece it's too weak, I feel like. There's a lot of bonus here though. Stem magic health and again health. I'm feeling bad for sets like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4-piece, 5-piece set. And then you have one more effects, like, why? Nobody knows. The Titanborn, the one with 50%, yeah. Again, might be nice for ganking if you can trigger it beforehand. But yeah, most of these sets... I mean, again, this one, the Titanborn, might be nice, right? This Monster Mask, completely useless. I don't like... Monster Mask should be strong, but this is worse than Ice Heart, and it's harder to get. Like what? What did I not understand? And this one, yeah, whatever. I'm not sure how much that adds, like... Doesn't sound like a lot, I don't know. This one could be decent, but it can't crit, that's the main issue. But this actually could be up almost all the time. You can just use Lord Warden for this, so whatever. But it's a nice option, I guess. And this one, yeah, sounds really strong. But gotta see how it really works. But 14.5k base magic instant damage? When you add champion points and other modifiers, you probably can stack this shit up to 20k or something. That's like 10k instant damage in PvP. Marcelok used to be the same, if I recall correctly. Where it was like instant burst damage and then it changed it to damage over time. Because instant burst damage, proc sets, it's always a problem, especially in PvP. So yeah, I don't mind most of these new sets. Ideas are here, but will they be used? Most of them probably not. Some are nice, but not whatever. Anyway, new dice. Stormfoe, Witch Hunter, Bonecaller's Bane, and Sanctifier. Didn't we already have Witch Hunter? Hey Dave, but would that work with a root, or how would you trigger that proc for the 15k? Well, either you stun him first, I don't know. Oh, Bloodlines, thank you for the $10, dude. That was 20 minutes ago, apologies. Thank you. But yeah, I have the biggest problem with the new sets I have is, like other MMOs, when there is new content coming out, the old sets are usually getting outdated.
Press forward.
So, and in ESO, because everything scales, that doesn't really happen.
I died from my dot.
So at some point we have like 1,000 fucking sets in the game, and it's like, well, there's no way you can make all viable. PvP has a little bit more options compared to PvE, in endgame that is. So yeah, I wonder if they will just keep adding more and more of these. Dave with the 5 months, thank you. Lord Warden isn't... Yeah, so I mean Lord Warden has other proc effects, but it's like similar in resistance, and it's only a 2-piece. Okay, now the interesting parts. Performance. Which is like why most of the people stop playing. I personally feel a little bit sad that I mean, it's good that they're working on performance, however, because of the chapter high, most people will start playing the game again in March when Q1 starts, and most of the performance fixes are not implemented then. So people might come back and see like, well, nothing fucking changed, like where are the promised fixes? Because most of them don't really take a look at the performance roadmap, right? So yeah, we will see how that turns out. It's good that they're working on it. The memory stuff really helped, like they finally fixed it. Anyway, let's see what they have here. Frame rate stability improvements have been achieved by optimizing several systems. Fewer drops in frame rate, maintaining a smoother display of motion on screen. Please see below for a brief explanation. Okay. Multi-threading. Improved performance in situations with a lot of effects. I mean, this could be huge if it's implemented properly. But like I mentioned before, the problem is, it's like with the cores. You have 99% of the important shit on one core and all the useless shit on 10 other cores. Like, what does it matter? That's the problem, right? So if that really is finally like gonna do something, then that's nice. Fallen with the 19 months, thank you. And guys, please remember, the people that work on performance are not the same people that work on new content. So you can't just say, well, just stop work on new content and fix the game. It's not the same people. Optimize specific processes that could cause spikes in resource usage and cause FPS drops. Parallelized. The fixture update processes, allowing them to utilize multiple cores to improve overall balance of the game client. Added additional miscellaneous CPU optimization, including the following. Parallelized, Jesus that word, terrain loading, optimized the tutorial GUI. Optimized compass pins. Miscellaneous function improvements. Hey Arya.
What
I have no fucking clue what that actually means. It sounds nice. I just hope it actually works. That's what I'm always disappointed with. Like, the memory fix was promised to us with update 24. And it came, it just made everything worse. And then it took like 2 months to actually get it fixed and make it better. I just wish when something is implemented and promised to us, that it actually would work. New PvP campaigns. Oh, okay. Okay, so these are again new names. Blackreach, Ravenwatch, Greyhost, and Icereach. Slowbee, 30 days CP enabled. Oh, okay, so they might actually put the non-alliance locked on top now. Like, if that's the order of the campaigns, then the non-alliance locked is on top. Then we have a non-alliance locked. No CP? Okay, so they basically flipped the table. What's the point of changing the names? Well, to make everybody more confused. I don't know. Just to basically get into the theme of the chapter, like a season. I also liked it more when just like the normal ones were there. Because even people that stop playing, it's like, well, we are on this server. And it's like, oh, I remember that one from like 3 years ago. Now it's like, oh, I'm on Lavata blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, thank you. I will never find it. So I think it would be better to stick to like one campaign name and that's fucking it. But yeah, I don't. It's probably not that big of a deal. New collectibles. That's what the PvP players like. That's new content right here. Knight of the Circle armor and weapon outfit styles are obtained by purchasing and Knight's Resolve, Knight's Rebuke. I guess it's nice, whatever. Two new homes. Wait. Oh, I thought these were like PvP homes, but they're not. Stunning waterfall, ancient statues, and yeah. I mean, for me, I bought the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, and that's fucking it. I like it. I don't need another 200 houses. I want new stuff, not just reskins. Did you ever get the waffles? I did, but not at the place you said. I went to Arya's buffet like twice, or actually three. No, I think three times. Very good. Now I'm broke. Great. Master Raid. Faustina. Okay, I guess that's fine. Undaunted achievement. Okay, so there's so there's new items. That's nice. Prologue quest. Also, you could do that already now. That's cool. I might actually check this out already on the PTS. That's nice. $32 gigs saved. Is it 32? I think the game was like 90 gigabyte and now it's like 68. The anniversary event again. Okay, cool. But this speed is out one max level character. Oh, thank you. Template characters will now be automatically assigned points to positives in all non-crafting skill lines. Ooh, that's dangerous because of the potion timer. But that's nice, so you instantly get them. Thank God. The activity finder is not working? It's 56 now and it was 87 before. Okay. Maybe China is still here, I'm not sure. They're probably aware of the problem. Okay, added a supply of gladiator, repair, That's cool, so we don't have to like constantly click on all the shitty positives, that's nice. Thank you for that. So Solo BGQ bait? Probably. I haven't seen it. Maybe it will never come. Suchik. Ah, okay. Okay, wait, did I skip something? No, I didn't. Direwolf, whatever. What do you mean, Dingle Chive? What? I'm sorry, I'm sick. My fucking throat is killing me. That's why I'm muting myself all the time to cough. Dragoons! Okay. Oh, okay. If corpses and targeting of corpses. The following changes have been made in hopes to elevate. In hopes. Oh, it is? Okay, cool. Where did I get past it? Blast Bones and its morphs course will now last 6 seconds rather than 5. Okay. Skeletal Mage and Mender will now last 10 instead of 5. Are the corpses on the ground? Okay. So you have more time to leech on them, basically. Proof the targeting areas from all tethering abilities. When I was playtesting Necro, I'm like the tethering mechanic. It's a nice idea, but it just doesn't work. PTS, people do the same thing. But hopefully, maybe now it sounds like they fixed it. Oh, no, they didn't fix it. Improved. They probably improved it. Don't fix, you always improve. If you fix, you will have no work to do at some point, so just improve. Why is everybody talking about Elfbane? Blast Bones, the skeleton from this ability's morphs will now attempt to leap from up to 28 meters. Oh, okay. That is sexy. Elfbane strong? Okay. That is a long range, interesting. The funny thing is Blast Bones worked perfectly fine on PTS. Before then people complained about it being too strong in PvP and they changed it, and ever since then it never worked properly anymore. So now this sounds like they changed it back again. Okay. I guess so. Fixes, sure. Okay. Are we still not in the base game, eh? Molakina is now... Oh, it wasn't before? Pharma doesn't cure, it improves. You're right, actually. That's funny. The draining shock ability no longer drains magicka, so now it's just a shock ability. Okay. That's a huge fucking nerf, but that's a good nerf. Fucking hate draining. Damn, boy. Reduce the health of everything, I guess, to reduce the damage from charge. I have no clue what these names even mean. Oh, it's the first. Okay. Jesus, that sounds like fucking batshit crazy nerf. That's the first boss. That's like what? The F? Pinnacle Factotum reduce the health of the... Okay. Shockwave no longer stuns targets. Holy shit. There is always like... Elder Scrolls Online has like... always this problem, whereas like the vets, the true tryhard endgame players, they just fucking burn through everything. Even now, like DPS is higher than the patch before, basically. Even though we always receive nerfs, it ends up being buffs, some sort of, I don't know, fucking know. But then the newer players that want to come into endgame, they don't really have these like long learning processes that we had back in the day to actually to get used to these systems. So most people just like, fuck it, I'm done, I don't want to get one shot by dumb shit. So it's always a problem, you have like this, and how can you minimize that shit? Not easy. Reduce the damage of the melting point ability and the rate at which the damage increases. Okay. I guess it's fine if they nerf like the... Because Halls of Fabrication is a long trial and it's kinda hard, I guess. If you're not a very optimized RIP tick. The TikTok title was RIP after the fucking first year. Anyway, it's usually like these titles last half a year and then they're fucking choked because it got... Just because, not necessarily because the trials get nerfed, but because you get OP gear at some point. I'm usually like the first 3 guilds that get the titles, they actually had to try hard it. And then afterwards, just because if there's a new set and shit like that, it gets so much easier. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that there's nerfs, but if it makes more people enjoy the game and maybe get into more difficult stuff afterwards, then it's a good decision, in my opinion. Assembly General, reduce the rate at which Seeker projectiles increase in damage with successive hits. Okay. Monsters. Mirror God. Nameplates now appear. Okay, I guess. The faster than flames. What is this achievement? Okay. And no longer be obtained without meeting the requirements. That's funny. Okay. King Kurok. Fix an issue where it... What? Yes. Martial law, okay. That's fine, I guess. Everybody's like, go check out the skills, like what the fuck? Dizzy? And Elfbane, eh? Where is it? Dungeons? Oh, I heard Stonekeeper is a real shit show with disconnects and stuff. Oh my god, that's a lot of fucking text. I feel like next time I should get Gina into my Discord so she can read all the changes, because obviously she made this, so she made all of these changes, right? I'm joking, but sometimes people think Gina made all these changes because it's fucking rich. She's just making the patch notes. Anyway, blame Gina. Will you need to do new builds? I wouldn't say new. I mean, I plan to do solo builds. But I will have to update the older builds. That's usually what I do. I have to update the old ones. Updated block to be calculated more efficiently by the server. Similar to Sprint. I'm not a dev, so I really don't understand how that can impact the server so fucking hard that you have like I don't understand, but it's interesting to see. Sets and passes the key of block or while blocking, while bracing now more accurately update as you transition between actively blocking and not. Yeah, there was a lot of fixes in general, and there's probably more coming. Which is nice, they don't need to change half the fucking game every 3 months, so I'm happy if they don't change too much. So you will not really feel a difference between blocking. It's just backend that got changed. Activating block while animating an ability or attack will now blend animation more fluidly instead of completely obfuscating the attack. The fuck was that sound? That sounds like the massive animation cancelling here. No? Oh, it was Asia the one cheer, I think. Lol. So that sounds like the massive fucking animation cancelling. Oh, we gotta test that. I wanna see. Oh. No division still appears as soon as block is... Okay. So you can still instantly block, but it might take long for the shield to go up. But you already block, basically. Okay. Attacks that reduce your stamina to 0 continue to remove block after you successfully mitigate the effect. In some cases, where a secondary effect like bleed occur, the bleed will still be applied. This is currently not intended and will be adjusted in the future. Okay. Yeah, it should be fine, Melter, hopefully. I still have to do a presentation though. Fix an issue where you single target, charge leap would not remove targets from stealth for while you had. Okay. What? Okay. Fix an issue where many damage over time effects were gaining the effectiveness of stealth bonuses, such as guaranteed critical strikes or stunning targets. Okay. Fix many issues where sources of healing could be dodged or blocked. Jeez. Bash now properly cancels channeled abilities when you do not have a target to successfully bash. The following forms of damage now have a 7-meter range on their effect. Spiked armor, a living dark snare, and spiked... Okay. That's so much. Summoned pets from player abilities such as will now behave more consistently with other abilities when entering deep water. Okay. So they can no longer deal damage or heal. Fix an issue where some leap could not be cast while immobilized. Fix an issue where many leap and charge would move your character in odd ways. Oh yes. I remember that. Off balance will now properly update its size against the varying target dummies. Just dummies? I always found this weird. It's like on PC you can technically track off balance. However, on console it's like you have a buff tracker, but it's shit. So it's like there is like these shitty stars around the head that you should see, but there's so much effects going on, there's no way you actually have a chance to see anything. But it only seems to be updated against target dummies. So they also updated off balance. Off balance now lasts 7 seconds from player sourced abilities and sets. Okay. Balance is no longer reapplied to a target for 15 seconds once a source of off-balance ends.
Guess not today because
That was already the case before though, right? Crunching with the 18 months, thank you. Wasn't that the case before already? Off-balance is no longer consumed on targets from heavy attacks. Okay, Okay. Major and minor heroism. This boss will now only grant ultimate while in combat. This prevents this boss from keeping you in combat longer than intended. Okay. There's still this annoying stuck in combat bug. One day they will fix it. Okay, let's see. A kamikaze. Not throwing poop anymore? Dragon Leap, this ultimate will now properly animate its leap on target regardless of its change, resulting in more overall reaction time for those on the receiving end of being DK dunked. Okay, nice. Protective scale disability now grants damage mitigation to abilities more appropriately described in the tooltip. Okay, I still think it was a dumb change to not reflect. Reflecting, I feel like it was fine and it made DKs unique. But maybe it was too much of a hard counter against certain classes. But I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Molten Weapon. Molten Armaments. Fix an issue where the major brutality from this ability could fail to apply. Stone Fist. Poop Fist. Removed. Updated this ability to improve its visual storytelling and per cast impact. Stonefist is now a two-part ability instead of a singular instant mid-range attack. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Let's find out. Activating this ability will now stomp the earth, causing you to deal damage in an area around you after a short cast time and generating free charges of the ability. Causing you to deal so it's melee? Basically, around you. You're like bang, fist bump, earth. Activating the ability again allows you to lob one of the earthen spheres around you to an enemy from up to 28 meters away to damage them. Activate again allows you to lob one of the earthen spheres around you to an enemy. So it's basically you stomp into the ground, there is like rocks around, and then you can fist bump the rock and it will fly to the enemy. So now, oh my god, now you scoop up the fucking poop. I wanna see how this looks. Please, make it look good. I got so triggered when they made, because for me a STEM DK needs to have like a poison theme. And I got so triggered. Maybe they all just copied the fuck, what was it called? The shield. Yeah, Igneous shield. Okay. The base ability no longer has a stagger mechanic, but instead the fine charge to stun the enemy hit up and dealing damage. Don't shine. This morph retains stagger in the form of causing the target. Okay. It's funny too, because this was intended to be used on a DPS, but guess who's using it? Yes, the tank. Of course. Nightblades. Shadow. So I really want to see how we will probably go check out the PTS tomorrow, so go through all the sets and so on. So yeah, we'll see. Not too many changes, mostly fixes and cleanups, so it's not bad, except this year is, we have to see. Fucking eyes hurt, dude. Nightblade Shadow. Consuming darkness. Fix an issue where the synergy granted from this ability and morphs could only be activated when at a certain health threshold. Okay. So you might think, well, there's fucking no changes. That's not necessarily bad. I would like to see more of this. If we have a good patch and there's barely any changes, I think everybody would appreciate it. Because the game doesn't need to change every 3 months. I think so many people quit over the performance issues, and just because like the game keeps changing. It's like, if you only have a few hours to play every week, by the end of the patch you might have the new gear, and then there's like, oh, by the way, PTS is up and everything will change, so you have to start farming again, and then people are like, fuck it, I'm out. So it's cool. Sorg, summon unstable familiar, reduce the cost of the special activate. Okay, didn't they just increase that later on? Bolt, fix an issue where the absorption field could persist longer than intended. Okay, interesting. Reduce the cost of this ability. Ah, yeah, they said in a post that they were reducing the AoE AoE damage cost, like the cost of the AoE abilities. Because in my opinion, so what a lot of newer, so these, I was fine with the damage nerf, right, the AoE one. What I wasn't fine with was the cost increase. So now I bitched so much. No, I'm kidding. Probably a lot of people gave their feedback. But basically, good players, when you're in a dungeon, in a trial, you know exactly where you have to drop basically where you have to lay the carpet with all your AoEs, because you know the tank will place all the mobs there. But with like unorganized groups or newer players, you don't know what the tank does, you don't know what the DD does, so they might have to spam AoE abilities more often, and therefore this huge ass cost was way more punishing to newer players, and resulting in them having fucking no magic or stamina at all. So this is actually a nice change that they turn it down again. Because again, it hurt newer players way more than it did like the vets. Overall, overload. Fix an issue where toggling this ability would dismount you. Okay. Well, that's one way to get off the horse, I guess. Templar. So the orb is not the best anymore for Sorks? You mean the moist orb? It's still strong, I think. Or did they nerf it? Increase cost and decrease. Will they increase again? Well, I think just because the feedback of the cost increase was so bad, like so much people complained, they were like, okay. They didn't. So that's actually how I want it to be, basically. The damage is still reduced, but the cost is now kind of the same as before, I guess. That's what they should have done in the first place. That's what I always said. Reduce the AoE damage, but don't touch the fucking sustain. But they had to do both, obviously. Sledgehammer changes are never good. Just do one by one. You don't have to change like 10 different variables in like one patch. Spear shards, so they also reduce costs again, nice. Nova! This ability and its morphs now have a negative telegraph. Okay, that's nice. I think that's especially important in PvP. Like, oh, there's a Nova! And I'm dead, because it was not ours. So you can properly tell if the heavens are being called down to protect you or smite you. Nice. Sodcale, please. Me too, actually. Negate has one, no? I think Green balance. No? Okay. Fix an issue where you would slowly turn to your target, receiving the cost if they run out of your field of vision while activating. Okay. This passive now also increases critical damage against enemies and critical healing against allies who have been recently afflicted by... Okay, cool. That's how patch notes need to be. Small changes. I mean, sure. I still feel like the single target dots do too little damage. But I'd rather have these notes than like a fucking 2-pager on changes. Weapon. Boom. Poison arrow. Fixed an issue where the civilian's morphs will cancel any previous cast ability. Okay. Could be a big buff for Meg. Yeah. I feel like, again, poison injection, it got nerfed too much. They should increase the damage a little bit. But whatever. Ballista. Fixed an issue where the civilian could continuously break the caster's invisibility. Volley. Okay, they reduce the cost again. Nice. Cool. Destruction stuff. Touch. Fix an issue where the visual effect for these abilities, damage or time effect, would fail to refresh. Okay. Wall of elements. Reduce the cost. Nice. That was the worst. Like, especially on a Mechplar. You drop the blockade, you throw the spear, you use a Ritual of Retribution, and your magic is gone. And the funny thing was actually the Ritual of Retribution basically did more damage on a fucking Templar, and it was like 10 times easier to sustain too. So Mechplars just didn't use it at all. It's like weird. Dual wield. So hopefully this will help a little bit. I'm just happy that they went through with this. I know I bitched a lot about it. I was like, the damage nerf on AoE is fine, but the sustain nerf, it can't be. And I remember on the PTS said the same thing. So it sucks that it was here for a full patch, but I'm happy to see them readjust it. Blade Cloak. Reduce the cost of this ability and its morphs. Nice. Fix an issue where the bleed from this part was not consistent. One hand and shield. Battlefield mobility. This now more accurately describes what it does. Okay. Restoration stuff. Pancake. Life Giver. Fix an issue where casting this ability would fail to trigger events that required when applying a damage shield, since the ability automatically casts a shield. Okay, interesting. Two-handed Berserker. The Clap Boy. Fix an issue where the civilian's morphs couldn't proc the soul lock. Reduce the damage on my civilian's morphs by approximately 16% to better account for the fact that it also ignores mitigation. You got used to it, but the sustain issues were brutal. Yeah. What did they do to my boy Dizzy again? They already butchered him so hard. Like, what's left of it? There's just like fucking dust left. So, okay. Berserker Strike is really strong at the moment. You can clap people with that. I'm not sure if it really was necessary because it's pure single target. I don't know. I'm not sure how much 16% will affect it. Yeah, these are the wrong patch notes there, I think. That's Scale Breaker. Maybe somebody has time to find the real ones to post them in the chat. Okay. Heavy weapons. Fix an issue where the bleed from this passive was not considered. Okay, not there. Dizzying Swing. This morph now stuns enemies who are already off balance. Wait. Okay. So you have to spam it twice, basically. Previously, what this swing did, or should I go into history? You know, back in the old days, where Wrecking Blow would give you 20% more damage on your next attack and stun the enemy. And this swing was completely fucking useless. Then they made it so DC Swing actually got the stun, and Wrecking Blow got the damage increase. Then DC Swing lost the stun and just gave off balance. And now it gives off balance on the first hit and it stuns on the second hit, I guess. It's definitely better what we have right now. So this might make it even stronger than just with the stun. I don't know. Heavy attack into this into heavy. That's a lot of damage. Off balance is not getting removed anymore too, right? And if I recall... So you could... Well, heavy attacks don't do a lot of damage, huh? Well, anyway, I think it's a good improvement. Off balance is nice. I don't know. We will see. Heavy armor, unstoppable. If there's a burst spammer, you only need to cast dizzy once. Burst spammer. Yeah, it's gonna be harder to really figure out when's gonna happen what, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I think it's the better version than it was before, right? I mean, not as in like 2 patches ago, but in I think they nerfed it last patch. Anyway, let's move on. Unstoppable. The cost reduction of CC break for this ability is now properly linked to the major resolve. It grants and will increase in duration. Okay. Sure. Ever? Vampire. The vampire rework will come with the Greymore chapter, so that's Q2. And Q2 PTS will be around April, if I recall correctly. Can you still get the passive with CP where you roll dodge? Yes. You can still get that. The Drain Essence, the stun from this ability and Smorphs now occur when the cast completes. Okay. Okay, so you can't just like stun and then block cancel. That's a nice change. Werewolf. Fix numerous issues where lighter heavy attacks weaving as a werewolf would cause these things in animations with other. Man, poor werewolves, dude. I feel like they got hit so hard over the last year or 1.5. When was Wolf Hunter? A year ago or 2 years ago? Fix an issue where you could stay in werewolf form indefinitely in some areas within trials. What? Interesting. Cast Brown. But animation is pretty obvious, no? A year ago? Okay. But yeah, it deals quite a bit of damage. I wonder if they will, like when they do the vampire rework, if they will leave this or also redo it. Mage's Guild, Meteor, Shooting Star. It will no longer grant ultimate for hit. What? Damn, that's a big boy Timmy nerf. What did Shooting Star do to deserve this? Okay, listen, I know why. I fucking bet this is not because it was strong, but it caused stress on the server, so they removed it. I fucking bet that's what happened. Oh, corpses. Yeah, okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. I see. I thought it was targets. Yeah, okay. So it's a fix. It's not a change. I think it was never supposed to restore corpses. It was a bug. That's why I was confused. Usually they say fixed blah blah blah, but now they just said this ability will no longer. I think it was a bug in the first place. Maybe it wasn't, but nah, that sounds weird. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so it still gives you ultimate on targets, but just not on dead ones, which I think it was a bug. Yeah, okay, so it definitely wasn't like this before. So this is a fix, not the nerf. Okay, they just forgot to write it, I guess. Whatever. Switching order, concentrate the barrier. This specific more accurately describes its proc condition. Bone Surge, fix an issue where the synergy of this morph was granting a damage shield larger than it stated. Okay. Fix an issue where this ability and its morphs were being considered damage over time. I like, there's a lot of fixes. Very nice. Yeah, in yeah, one zone, the shitty zombies. I remember. Anyway, barrier. Fix an issue where the visual effects for the shield would fail to persist. Yes. Volendrung updated many of the damage and scaling modifiers of this Daedric artifact to better match ability standards. Increase the damage of light attacks, increase the damage, increase the damage, decrease the damage, decrease the damage. This is the ultimate, huh? So it's more about single target. They basically nerfed the AoE shit and buffed the single target a little bit, I guess. Unlimited shooting stars on world bosses in Merc. Yeah, 2k seems like a huge ass nerf, but yeah, I don't know. Some people love Volendrung, some fucking hate it. But yeah, I think the idea of it was nice, but the problem is, it's like it's said to be given to the losing side. But then usually the losing side just has plebs running around, so a random level, I don't know, CB 500 dude picks it up and is like, oh, what's this shiny weapon? And then the organized group comes, fucking claps him into the ground and picks up the thing, and voila. The dude that win have even more power now. Malakov's Revenge. Update this ability to better match its visual effects, resulting in a 700 millisecond cast time. This will fix numerous issues where this ability could cause health desyncs or hit targets who had appeared to dodge. Okay. I feel like with Volendrung, like only a losing party should be able to pick it up, and when the dude dies, it either goes away instantly or he keeps it and can respawn. I don't know. But how it is now, I don't think it's good, because usually the OP guys just end up with it. I feel like if only the losing side can pick it up, and then when that dude gets clapped into the ground and it disappears, it would have a small impact on the map. But not like a fucking crazy one it has right now, right? I don't know. I'm not often in Cyrodiil. Anyway. The alliance if... Yeah, definitely. Ruinous cycle. Well, did I skip one up? Better match visual, resulting in a... Okay, so was there cast time before or not? Okay. Fix an issue where this ability could pull targets through walls. Fix an issue where this ability damage did not properly match its visuals. Okay. This will result in reducing the delay of the first attack to 0.5 seconds, down from 2. Okay. It's in the public test server forum. This is not the... This is the public test server right now. So yeah, it's nice that they're making changes, but they can still definitely improve how Volendrung is handled. Itemization and item sets. Okay, so these are like old sets. Consumables. Whatever. Fix an issue where some poisons would proc effects that require a potion to be consumed. You shouldn't be drinking those. Interesting. Will you go on the BTS? Yes. We will check out all the new stuff, some of the changed skills and so on. I'm not sure how much I will stream it. I will probably stream maybe 1 or twice just to check out the stuff and then do a few YouTube videos alongside it. Yeah, I think the Volendrong thing is the mechanic itself wasn't really changed, and I think that's the big issue. I mean, it's always like the OP groups that end up with it, and that should not be the fucking case at all. Item sets. Okay, well, there are this set are probably triggers. Okay. Ashen grip. Let's see. This set no longer forces your character into an animation, potentially getting it stuck or displaying odd behaviors. Fix an issue where this set didn't properly trigger off all melee attacks. Remove the 10% proc chance and increase the damage to 5,350. Okay, so it's a guaranteed pro. Does it have like a 4-second cooldown? I can't remember. It's instant damage. I mean, it's definitely better than before, so I appreciate that. That was like a leftover set from so long, so it's definitely better now. And I actually crafted this last patch to do the story, because I had to create a roleplay character. I do, Emmy. I basically was running around, like when I was doing the Dragonhold story, I was running around on a stem DK with Noxious Breath, Ashen Grip, Fire Breath, and Marshalock, like this blue flame breath. And Sivara scales with the Poison Cloud explosion. And shit still fucking died in 2 seconds, even though I had health recovery on. Anyway. Updated this set's tooltip. Increase the damage per tick to... Okay, that's a weird nerf. Okay, whatever. Briarheart. This set no longer has a hidden 1-second cooldown. But the heal has been decreased to 378, down from... Aqua Fresh build. There. Guys, I will be... Usually I don't touch builds till like week 3 or 4. Because in the first 3 to 4 weeks there will be changes to classes and skills. So there's no point. But what I usually do in the first few weeks is check out all the new stuff, upload videos for it, and so on. Yeah, this is not really used in PvP, but in PvE it's a really good set. And I actually wonder, like, if it really will take way more often. For a prettier number. Hell yes. Increase the proc chance to... Oh, okay. I like this. I usually recommend this set because it's easy to get. If you get the dagger via the quest. Clever Alchemist. Updated the in-combat check for this item set to be more accurate with what your client states. Increase the duration of the bonus to 20 seconds. Increase the weapon and spell damage to 675 from 661. Okay. Do dots tick proc Briarheart? I think, yeah, I think so. It's proccing off crits. So that's why I say, like, it could actually be way stronger than before with the heals. I would have to check though, I'm not 100% sure. But I literally have fucking Essos sets open. When you did critical damage, so it's any critical damage. Guys, make sure to check it out. eso-sets.com, okay? Should be on it already. So, okay. No cooldown anymore. We will see. I'm not sure, like... It says it doesn't have a cooldown, but I'm not 100% sure. We will see. Nera with the host. Thank you very much. And how are you doing? So yeah, if it doesn't have a cooldown and you have a crit build, which most PvE builds are, this shit can take for a lot. And it probably can also can crit heal on top of that. So let's keep going. Curse Eater. Fix an issue where this set would fail. To proc off ultimates or mend wounds. Okay. 8-second cooldown rather than overall. Per target. Okay. Isn't Curse Eater is pretty strong when they changed it. Can somebody... Alright, let me... Guys, make sure to give Nera a follow on Twitch. She wrote most of the beginner guides on alcasthq.com, so if you have any questions about that stuff, make sure to ask her. I can also answer it if you want, but... Curse Eater! When you heal yourself or an ally with a direct heal ability, remove up to 3 negative effects from them. Okay. Also... Oh, whoa! What? So before it could only be applied to one target. And now it can be applied to an unlimited amount of targets? Am I reading that properly? It sounds a little bit strong, but okay. Interesting. Anyway, I'm not sure I don't know, whatever. Dolyemish. This set now probably works on fear targets. Reduce the cooldown to 4 seconds. Increase the damage done to 12.507 to 12. What are these weird numbers, bro? But okay, I guess so. It's like the one with the laser eyes. Zip! If I recall correctly. Darlog Bray. Fix an issue. Okay. Guess so. Destructive Mage. This set's explosion can now be triggered by any heavy attack rather than only allies. Reduce the cooldown of the application of this set to 4 seconds. 10. Right, they decreased damage done. Doesn't... When you deal damage with a fully charged heavy attack, you place a bomb on the enemy. Do you have to do a fully charged heavy attack on the bomb? When another player hits the same enemy with a fully charged heavy attack, it explodes. This set explodes now by any heavy attack rather than only heavies. So you still have to heavy attack him first and then another heavy attack. That's still way too much work for that little damage. And guys, in case you have not noticed, there is also German and French translation on there. Japanese will follow soon, and Russian probably too, once it's live and Greymore shows up. We're not completely done, but it's work in progress. Dune Ripper scales. Hey Hansen. Probably means the magic resort had the 8-second global cooldown. Ah, not the removal. Okay. That could be. Yeah, probably you could spam heavy attacks, but it has a 10-second cooldown, so you can't spam it. Elfbane, fix an issue where this set wasn't properly applying to some tooltips. Increase the duration bonus of this set to 5 seconds. Oh. What? Idiot Drogo. 5 seconds? Man, I wanna pack out my fucking Son Elfbane build again. What the fuck? How much stack damage is that? Is Son getting nerfed? Omega Lu. How much damage is that? Wait. How much is Son in seconds? So flame damage every 1 second to your enemy for 5, so it's 5 seconds. And before you could stack it up to 7 and it was already powerful. Now you can get it up to 10. Every second this damage increases by 50%. Jesus. The damage gets capped at 5 ticks. Oh. Are you have you tested it? I'm pretty sure it used to increase in ticks up to 7 seconds back in the day when Elfbane was used. And the thing is, like, Elfbane... Elf. Like, it has good 2, 3, and 4 bonus. Ah, finally, you know. Once sound procs, you can relax, get the coffee, enemy will be dead. It's just light attack, right? Yeah. Sound is light attack spam. Yeah, so just hold down the mouse button and go AFK. Easy. Win-win. I'm pretty sure San used to get higher ticks, up to 7 seconds, so it would surprise me if it caps after 5 ticks. But I might be wrong, I haven't used it in a long time. Engine Guardian. Fix numerous issues with this set. Yeah, the good old Engine Guardian, I guess, okay. The PTS game. Only the PTS, okay? Eternal Hunt. I kinda love this set. It has a cool animation, it pisses off people that try to run after you. It just fits a Nightblade. I mean, there's better offensive sets, but overall, I think it's really nice. And once you master it, you can really time the procs and shit. Galerian's Revenge, this set now only requires 5 stacks to trigger down from 6. Increases the damage done to 9630. Ooh, that's a huge buff. Added a 1 second cooldown to applying stacks. I can't remember. Is it like the curse? When I usually don't remember a set. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean it's not here? Ah, there it is. Galerian's Revenge. Galerian's... What? Whatever. Yeah, you put the mark on the enemy. Way too much work. But now the damage is actually decent, I guess. But it still has a 1 second cooldown. What do I think about the huge half nerf? We talked about this before, but I'm fine with it. Because I feel like... I mean, it sucks that they nerf it, but I can understand it. Because again, there's a huge gap between like the OP players and the newer players. And the OP players, it's all content for them. They're usually doing the new trial anyway. They're breezing through the old one anyway. So I feel like it will help the newer players to get better through. And maybe instead of rage quitting and uninstalling the game, they might actually keep progressing. But yeah, it was big boy nerfs. Okay, where were we? This one. Ice Furnace. This set no longer requires direct damage. Okay. Whatever. Ice Heart. I don't know what they thought with that other set. Invalid, like with the new monster set. So, like, this is 10 times better. Infallible Mage. Fix an issue where this set's a damage amp was not properly applying to all heavy attacks. Okay. Yeah, it's used. Just use Warden now, I guess. Whatever. Infernal Guardian. This set now procs. So basically, like, this was used a lot in Rakerus because it gave you minor vulnerability. But now Wardens have like a debuff. You just apply it from a healer or something. Problem solved. You don't need that set anymore. Yeah, so I don't know how that... Yeah, but... It's not gonna attract... What do you mean attract? I mean, overall... Overall, I feel like, again, that's why I said we need a spec system. The pain to swap between activities is just too big. Like, when you go from PvP to PvE, you have to change so much shit. It takes 15 to 20 minutes. Most people will probably just say, fuck it. And then there's also this huge gap in DPS. Like, trials are getting completed faster than ever before, even despite DPS nerfs. But newer players have more and more issues. So it's like the gap widens even though it should get closer together. I don't know how to fix it. Sauce probably neither. They can just try different things. If it's nerfing old content to keep people longer engaged, that's maybe one way to go about it. I don't know. The 3k gold per respec, yeah. I really wish for a spec system to be implemented with Grey more. I think that would have brought a lot of people back. But maybe we'll see next year. It's a long way. To me it feels like Sauce is not in a hurry to implement these changes in the game because they know they're gonna work another fucking 5-10 years on it. That's what I get, so they're not rushing shit. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Whatever. Leaky. Okay. This grants some major evasion. Okay, remove the healing. Reduce the penalty. Okay. Ah, this is... Yeah, okay. So you got the AoE penalty thingy. I actually... Reduce your damage taken from area of... Effectability. Ah, okay. So this was a unique... This was a unique buff. Okay, interesting. Did not know. Molokina! Reduce the cost increase penalty of this set to 8%. What? Down from 20. That's a big boy change. Perfect False God and Molokina. Problem solved. I actually... How much is Kina? 516. It used to be once 33%, yes. Now it's 8? That's a lot of spell damage. Oh, wait. When you deal that with 2 consecutive light attacks. Yeah. So you need to do 2 light attacks in a row. Yeah. It's definitely an improvement. But will it be used? Good question. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. You lose too much damage if you have to spam 2 light attacks. Unless you find a skill that travels slower than a light attack, so it hits, I don't know. But yeah, this is a huge buff. I like the change. It's good that they don't change everything at once. This is already a huge buff, so let's see how it actually goes. More Colden. You bar swap light attack. The light attack one's on the new bar. Probably could do that, yeah. But yeah, the flow. I was never a fan of Molokina in the first place, but let's see. You could use orb from range. Yeah, that would actually work, yeah. Light attack, orb, light attack. But yeah, I mean, probably worth a test. But maybe there's just better options. I think once we have these mythic items, we will run 5-5-1-1 anyway. We'll just remove a 1-piece. So we'll just have a 1-piece monster set alongside with a mythic item. Fixing a live, blah blah, remove the proc chance, okay. Mortal Din is a nice looking set, but it's not really used. Prisoner Rex. Okay. Fix an issue where this set was not providing the correct amount of magicka. Ropes of Haste. Fix an issue where this set would fail to properly activate against snares. Okay. I feel like we're just talking about sets the whole patch notes. Scathing Mage. It said no longer because this is the first tick of each damage over time as direct damage. Okay. This set no longer requires critical strikes to proc. What? Reduce the duration and cooldown to 5 seconds from... Wait, how much is Scathing? $516. You can basically have it up on. So it's you just do a light attack and it procs or what? This is better than burning Spellweave now. Spellweave you don't have 100% uptime. That's a buttload of fucking spell damage. AoE wise this sounds really strong. Because like it will probably apply to all damage abilities. Yeah, goodbye spell strat, yeah. Have fun. I remember people that farmed Scathing Mage in Hodor back in the days. 300-400 runs to get that one juicy divine boot piece. Back then you couldn't trade gear, you couldn't transmute. Interesting. Very strong. Don't talk about it. Phone's like, oh my heart. Shadow of the Red Mountain updated the tooltip, cool. Where you... Ah, okay, the 20% is still there. Okay, okay. But it will basically instantly proc. I mean, it's any ability. If you have dots on the ground or whatsoever, it doesn't matter, right? Ah, dot. When you deal direct critical damage, it needs to be direct damage. Oh, here it was just buggy, I guess. Okay. It's gonna be interesting to see what uptime you can get on this. Well, I guess we'll figure out at some point. But yeah. I mean... In Trials... Mother Sorrow, False God, and you're good to go. What else the fuck do you need? I don't know. Could run this. Don't know if it's better or not. Crit is usually very juicy. Sheer Venom. Fix an issue where this set would fail to proc from any tick of poison. Okay. Interesting. Damage increase. Stormmaster. Fix an issue where the set will fail to proc off Overload despite it being thematically appropriate to do so. Increase the damage to 1.6. Fix an issue where a damage done was considered a projectile rather than direct damage. I always wanted this set to be nice because it had such a cool animation, but it was always poop. Frues of the Harp. How the fuck do you pronounce this? This set now deals damage based on 6% of your max health rather than 4% of your current health. The set continues to deal damage regardless of range from the attacker. The more health you stack, the more damage it will basically do. Interesting. Tormentor is now probably works with explosive charge. Fix an issue where this set could proc off other procs. Fix an issue where this set would trigger off siege. Okay, what? Because this set now reduces the enemy's spell and weapon power up to 268 instead of applying Major Maim. Increase the duration to 8 seconds. Oh, this was only 3 seconds, right? Yeah, for 3 seconds, Major Maim. So you had to time it very... It was very hard. 268 is actually not bad for bosses. It's useless in most content, but against bosses? So you can keep this up full time. How much is a Crusher enchantment debuff? 500? So that's maybe a 10% damn. No, less probably, yeah. Because bosses don't have that much power.
What do you see from that?
Can somebody please post the patch notes in the Way of Fire? Updated the tooltips for this set to better represent. It's pro condition, okay. That's a lot of fixes, Jesus Christ. Titanborn, yeah. I mean, we will see. Battlegrounds. You can now only queue as a... Oh, thank you. After 2 years of me bitching about these fucking premates. Only 2 years it took. Holy motherfucker. I know some people might be angry, but listen. The forum is raging about the change already. Where's the forum? They always complain. So now this doesn't have to be permanent. Okay, guys, this is not a permanent change. However, it's nice that they're trying, because the main reason I stopped playing Beach is because of these shitty premates. I was sick and tired, and a lot of people too. So the premates were constantly rolling over plebs. Of course it's fun for them, but it's not fun for anyone else. Now, seeing that they go through with this, I will tell people like, guys, we gotta go fucking Battlegrounds. Solo queue, let's go. I will probably also stream it more again. I really hope, because I want more people in the beaches than there is now. If that will be the case, they might keep it or reintroduce premates in a separate queue. If it will result in less players, they will enable premates again. So they're probably doing the same thing as they did with the Cyrodiil campaigns, where they had the lock campaign like on top and the non-alliance locked on the bottom. They swapped it around now. So they're probably trying to do the same here to figure out, well, do actually more people play if there's only solo queue enabled? Or do more play when there's premates and solo queues? So I will encourage people to actually go play beaches. They unlock campaign. Yeah, but there's still an alliance lock campaign. There's still one. Make it so they can choose. Yeah, so what I also would like to see is if it's really if potentially there will be more people playing beaches because there's only solo queues. What they could do is either just fucking separate the queues, but the truth is there is not enough people to support 2 queues. That's why they just disabled the premade for a patch now here. However, what they could do is, if they want to keep the solo queue on, they could have like group events every 2 weeks, every 3 or 4 weeks. So you would actually be more inclined to search like teammates to participate in the group event, instead of just randomly getting fucked by premates. Because then you know, okay, everybody's searching a group for themselves, so maybe I should too. You can have fun with friends and so on. What's with high MMR? Reset the Battleground matchmaking ratings for all players. What I do so the next thing is with high MMR. it's a pain in the ass, but what I do hope it might bring, when there's just more people playing, there will be a lower gap, and because people can't group queue anymore, they will not have this god mode 4-player group setups, because it's just single players. Now sure, there's always a chance of, okay, let's queue together and hope we get in the same team, but chance will be smaller. Yesterday, Alcast all day, beaches, so many people playing because grouping bug, no premates, fun. Okay. So yes, I do understand why premates might be pissed, but of course it's fun. It's like the Imperial Sipti event. Of course, PvPers. I also had fun there because you could just roll over PV players that had no clue what's going on. Of course it's fun killing people. But hopefully this solo stuff will make the matchmaking more even, and it will allow for people to be not, so they're not as optimized as they can be right now. Because in the end, who do you piss off? You piss off 4 people that are premates, or the 8 solo boys? I don't know. Low MR players are going to rage. So they reset this like 3 patches ago. And it didn't really make a huge difference. What I also hope this will bring is that like the MMR will work better. That you get faster into queues and shit like that. I'm not sure how they designed the system to work, but I feel like the MMR and the grouping had a lot of like had to do with a lot of the shitty long waiting times. I might be wrong, okay? But I applaud them for actually testing it out. So we will see. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. So I will probably do a separate video on this, because I want closer to launch, because otherwise people will think it's already implemented. I play peaches to play with friends. Yeah, I know. Obviously, people that group up together, it will suck. But again, so many people quit because they were sick and tired to fight premates. If more of these will come back, overall it might increase the player base again of the beaches, and they could make a separate like grouping queue. So yeah, we will see. Again, I would just see how this goes. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm hoping for more people actually playing and faster queuing times. Because what pisses me off the most is when I log into the game and then I have to wait 10 to 15 minutes to get into a match. It's like I'm just gonna play something else. That's with most games. If you have to wait too long, it's not gonna be good. Separate queue. Yeah. I think here they just want to test and see how it goes. And maybe they will decide later on to separate the queues or to put it how it was now. We will see. Anyway. This is a big change to Battleground matchmaking, which we are executing partially in response to player feedback and partially as an experiment. So they're basically saying it. We recognize the change will prevent players from being able to reliably team up with friends in Battlegrounds, but it should also improve both the speed of matchmaking and the competitiveness of PvP matches. Okay, that's what I was actually hoping it to do. As part of the change, we are resetting the matchmaking rating, MMR, of all players. So going forward, the system more properly evaluates individuals based on their performance in the solo queue. It will be closely monitoring both player feedback and the impact. I really hope they will actually put out a statement at the end of the next patch, so we actually can see how it affected the beaches. It's cool. I will definitely stream Battlegrounds now. I stopped streaming it because of that shit, so I will stream it again. Let's see. All game modes for alcasthq are now using the initial launch version of the map. Just make separate queues, yeah. Again, I feel like that would be the best thing to do, but I think the reason they don't do separate queues is because there's not enough people. In a game like fucking Fortnite where you have millions of people, no problem. But in ESO, in Battlegrounds, there's maybe 100, 150 the queue at the same time, if even. That's why you always see premates versus solo, because you can't find enough people. If there were enough people in the queue already, these things would not happen. So yeah. Anyway, I'm happy. Let's see how this turns out. I also do understand people that are pissed. I also do understand people that are happy about this. So yeah, let's see. General, fix the number of floating, blah blah blah. RS, you have to understand. If there is 80 people in the queue and you split them, it's like 40-40 or maybe 60-20. There's fucking nobody left. They could easily do that if they had millions of players in the queue. But if you only have 100 people in the queue, every time you split the queue up, it's gonna be a bigger problem to get people together. Especially on the same skill level. Or like a similar one. That's the problem they have. There's just not enough people. And that's why they're probably only enabling this option now. People are forced into this. They said it is an experiment. I think it just wants the option. Yes, yes. Well, I don't know. Hopefully they might do the separate premade solo. Who knows? But again, I don't think there's enough people in the queue to support these kind of systems. That's the problem here. Emotes will no longer be... Okay, whatever. Was that it? Is that it? Bruiser, foot soldier? Whatever. I gotta check the forum afterwards. This is for the public test server, patch notes. So, this will be on the public test server for like 5 weeks. Till it goes live, and there might still be more changes. Yeah, again, so what I will do is, because I like the change... In an optimal scenario, I would love to get the separate pre-made and the separate solo queue. But again, we don't have the player base, so I actually like the solo only option that they're experimenting with now. And I will encourage people to actually like tell, guys, they changed it, go play. And maybe that will actually help to increase the player base. And hopefully others will too. When looking at the door to a home you don't own, the interact prompt. Interesting. It's a lot of housing stuff. So overall, a lot of fixes and little changes to like abilities. That's nice. I'm a little bit sad about the new sets. Most of them, I mean, the BG change is obviously huge, fucking huge. I don't like most of the new sets. Is it just me? Mother Gianate, where... This is used, this is shit. Why is it OP? It's 3k damage. Oh, you're trolling. Okay, okay. Bro, it has a 10-second cooldown. It's 3k shield every 10 seconds. It doesn't reapply. Ice Heart is still way better. I wanna, especially like the one with the extra, where the fuck is it? Titanborn, that sounds good. But I feel like the sets in the previous patch, or 2 patches ago, were way better. Like, most of them were like, oh, okay, that's nice, that's nice. Now it's like, potato. Yeah, I think, so I will see, maybe tomorrow or on, tomorrow is Tuesday, or on Wednesday. Is that the case? Yes. I might stream and check out other stuff. I also want to work on a few other videos. Like, I feel like, is my camera shitty? Like, feels like it's maybe just my eyes, huh? Fuck. The Greymore chapter, I feel like it's a missed opportunity, and I want to do a like discussion video about it too, which will require a little bit more work than usual videos where it's just showcase stuff. But yeah, tomorrow or on Wednesday we're gonna check out the stuff on the PTS. I will upload a few videos to YouTube and yada yada. And please guys, don't forget, this is the public test server. It's not live yet. It will be live in like 5 weeks. It will be a rather short patch because the chapter public test server is usually coming earlier than normal test servers. Okay. What is the best just go check out alcasthq.com. All the builds are there. The performance stuff, so the loading screen, I'm not sure. Let's see. I mean, just recently they fixed the memory leak finally. Loading times now should be a little bit faster, or maybe even a lot faster. We have to test because the game size got reduced by a huge chunk. It used to be around like 90 fucking K or something, or even more. So we'll see how it goes. Why your site had slow response last week? Just one page, like a particular page? Gladiator, or like all of them? Yeah, I think this will help reduce loading times. I'm just not sure by what amount. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video now. Make sure to hit the juicy sub button and ring the bell. And we will see us soon.